Oh, now you're getting the mad law. I tried to be nice. I tried to be nice with it. But it appears that technical difficulty just stepped in. But you can't stop a tank with no key. You can't stop the nation. So one way or another, stand tall. Let's get ready to rumble with it. Come on. Come on. Five, 4, 3, 2. Come on. Hey, let's test this out now, baby. Come on. We back. Craziness is coming out now, baby. Let's double check, baby. You can't stop Law. You can't stop me. Come on. Let's test it. Come on. Hey, let's test it. What we getting on our upload speed? 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's get it. Get it. Get up there. Get up there. Yeah. Come on. That's good enough. Oh, I'm mad now. Oh, yeah, I was going to have a good show today, but now I'm mad. Come on. One more time for me. All right. All right, man, we back, man. Let me know if it's choppy now. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I know for sure I saw what I seen and I knew what I saw. You know what I mean? And we had 1,000 on our upload earlier and it was still acting up. So you can't stop it now, baby. Come on, man. Come on. Yes, indeed. There's a long blow out there, man. But Cowboy Nation, I appreciate all your love and adulations. This is just a testament that you got to be able to continue to fight, even when they try to get you down, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up, baby. Come on, man. Let me get those like buttons now. Now we can get going, right? Now, where were we? We were talking about something, and they were trying to take us out, man, but I appreciate all of my snipers, man. Come on, man. Damn. Come on, man. Damn. Come on. Whoa. You need more than one bullet to stop me. Come on, baby. Come on, bro.
Come on now, dog.
Come on, man. Come on. So we were talking about the coaching situation, right? That's where we were at before we was rudely interrupted by the situations, but we knocked that out of the park, and this is what we got now. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. So the top 10 head coaches in the NFL. Now, granted, I would tell you guys, the beautiful people that's watching right now, that I would tell you that I'm not mad that Mike McCarthy is not here, but I want things to be explained. I want things to be uncovered in the right way. I want people to go over this properly before we get anything construed over here. I want to be able to go over this properly in the right fashion. So is this based off of last season only or total body of work? Let me repeat, is this rankings based off of last season or total body of work? Because now we start to look at this total body of work, you got to put Bill Belichick at number 1. Andy Reid at number 2. But if you basing this off of last season, then I would give you Andy Reid number 1. But how in the world do you have big Bill Belichick at number 2? And then you got Mike Tomlin. Shout out to him. I don't think that he ever had a losing season, by the way. But he's number 3. I get all of that. And then you got Kyle Shanahan there, John Harbaugh there, Sean McVay. Is this based off of total body of work or just based off of what happened last year? Because in my mind, just as disrespectful the internet was for me a few minutes ago, and I had to recollect everything and get right back on the respectful line of it. Are we clear now? So we are respected now, right? So let's be clear with this. If this was based off of last season, Sean McVay don't belong on this list, because I can check out from my mindset and I can tell you that a backup quarterback was able to capitalize against those LA Rams. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm lying. Doug Peterson, he's number 7 on this list. Okay, I'll give it to Doug for taking that organization and franchise to the playoffs, but let's not leave out the fact that, come on, not like they were blowing out people. And the Cowboys gifted them a win, so if you want to say, hey, man, Doug Peterson is better than Big Mike McCarthy, then I will say to you, man, come on, man. It took halftime, overtime, I meant to say, pick 6, 85 Central, Dak Prescott throwing to 8 and 5 to hit him in the chest, and the DB took it all the way into the end zone. But if you want to trump him, if you want to crown him for that, then crown him. And then you got Nick Sariani at number 8. Look, I get it. Taking the team to the Super Bowl, you can get on this list. You can get on that list. You can be a part of that list. But let's not leave out the fact that even Pete Carroll, he was a Super Bowl champ head coach, right? And he's not on this list. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. But dare I say, Mike McCarthy, is he a Super Bowl champ too? But I digress, right? Shout out to Sariani for taking his particular team to the Super Bowl to ultimately lose. Hey, we may not have liked the fact that we didn't get a chance to play in the Super Bowl, but from a Cowboys philosophy, boy, we surely did enjoy that Super Bowl. So Sean McDermott, hey, he's put at number 9. I get all of that, but for my mind's sake, where did the Bills go in the playoffs too? Did they go to the Super Bowl? How many playoff games did they win? Did they win one and then they lost the next one? Let me know. Oh, and then Brian DeBall. I heard even Eagles fans saying that, Brian DeBall is better than Mike McCarthy. And I heard a few Cowboy fans say, Brian DeBall is better than Mike McCarthy because of the situation that he was in. He took his team to a playoff situation his first year. They won a playoff game. Now, it's depending on who you beat, too. That's a whole nother story. But they won a playoff game. I'm not finna take that away from Brian DeBall. But last I checked, that team is loaded with first-round talent, loaded with untapped potentials. This was just a situation that it clearly you could see how much of a waste of time and space Jason Garrett was when he was with that program. Him and Judge and all of those boys over there, they didn't know what to do with their first-round talent. But excuse me, let me know if I'm lying in the chat. Let me know if I'm lying. And I encourage a Giants person to tell me, yeah, let me come over here to out-debate you. But I think in the Super Bowl, if it wasn't for a Giants first-round talented wide receiver to make that big play in the Super Bowl, when I know he played for the Chiefs, it's all about using the resources that you got. I don't think that the Chiefs win the freaking Super Bowl. Kadarius Toney, he was a first-round talent. He couldn't pan out in Giants land. Excuse me, let me know if Daniel Jones was drafted in the first round. I need to know, I want to know, I got to know. And let me know if those boys on their offensive front, as it relates to their front five, were they drafted in the first round? Oh, excuse me, was Saquon Barkley, was he drafted in the first round? They got a list of talented people on their team. But all of a sudden, people will argue with me, about that the Giants had no talent, that the Giants had literally less talent than the other teams. I'm trying to find out where their lack of talent been and where was it? No, Daniel Jones, the first-round draft pick. Saquon Barkley, first-round draft pick. Kadarius Toney, although he didn't make it over there, hey, he was drafted in the earlier rounds. Dexter Lawrence, first-round draft pick, in my opinion, right? The other kid off the edge, was he a first-round draft pick? When I said that earlier, they said, man, Law could have used any language in the world, but he decided to speak facts. And I said, man, my dog.
You ain't lying.
Yes, indeed. But all of a sudden, their talent gets swept under the rug because they're supposed to be talentless. And the Cowboys, whoever we get, whether it's a Noah Brown or whether it's a James Washington, our talent get elevated just because they play with a star on the side of the helmet, right? It's just crazy to me. It's crazy. So they over-exaggerate our talent, and then they underutilize the talent everywhere else. I can't make this stuff up. So at some point, we would say, all right, with this particular list, and you look at everything, and you would say to yourself, all right, cool. There's no Mike McCarthy. So that dude falls into the same trap with their mindset. So even if you say that there's no Mike McCarthy, and even if you say that, hey, last year, Kelly Moore writing plays and drawing up plays with Crayolas, right? No real identity to this team. 4 curls, right? This play is brought to you by Pick Six City, basically. When everybody's stopping at the sticks, DBs rubbing their hands together. Because this particular team, ladies and gentlemen, even when we go over it, I get it. A lot of people, because I'm still mad that the other stream kicked off on me. So y'all getting the real law right now. Y'all getting the mad law. So I'm going to get right at it. The Dallas Cowboys wide receivers last season, average separation, one of the worst in the league. The league. But neither here nor there. Kelly Moore, I guess he was all talented, right? He was the guy to help propel this team to 12-5 in the last 2 seasons. If you don't have Kelly Moore, man, you're going to be in a terrible situation. You see, I just realized that the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder network, they're married. Not just to the Cowboys, but most importantly, they married to Rain Dakota Prescott. And whatever hate that they can find, it spread it upon anyone that represent the Dallas Cowboys. And there's only a few that can spit the truth. And that guy, his name is Law Nation. A few of us, with new media that can go against the grain and point out the things that is realism and not fakeism and falsehoods. Because you can't have it both ways. Because also when you look at it and contextualize Brian DeBall at number 10, let me know in the chat. Let me know. I want to know. I got to know. Did the Eagles sweep those Giants last season? Did they sweep them? And most importantly, did the Dallas Cowboys sweep the Giants last season? Didn't the Cowboys have to play 5 games, I believe, with their backup quarterback, and I think he won 4 out of the 5 games, something like that last year? Because the starting quarterback with a broken thumb, didn't that particular quarterback by the name of Cooper Rush started in that game versus the Giants? Because see, now what you start to realize and understand that law is speaking, and I know we way in the West, although we play in the East, we don't get no love. That's why I say technically the 4-letter, 3-letter network, they are born and birthed all over on the East Coast over there. Most of their opinions of the Cowboys are low, right? But I come here to tell you that I'm willing to take on anybody from the East, any of those blue-collar or white-collar, whatever they call themselves over there on the East Coast as the media personnel, to challenge me face-to-face live on TV and watch them get buried. And may they rest in you know what. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always this biasness that goes around that the East Coast got this representation that only if the Jets do something small, they are now considered big. Only if the Giants do something small, they are now considered big. The Bills, now they're considered big, right? This biasness is crazy. And there's nobody, yeah, appreciate you, blue collar. Shout out to you, James. Blue collar networks over there, you know. They didn't sweep us, yeah. Come on. Yes, indeed. But neither here nor there. There's always a person that can set it straight and get it really out of the mud the right way. And no matter what they say, the number speaks for himself. We had 4 million views last month. 4 million views last month. And I'm not banging on my chest with it, but I'm telling you guys that back with no sponsors, back with no major production pushing this thing out. And that was just on the YouTube. Shout out to the Facebook community. We had over 3 million views over there last month just talking about the Cowboys. That let me know that the antennas need to be up. And the real conversation is right here with the nation. That's what it is. I'm still mad that my first stream got taken down with the doggone lagging situation, but I was ready with it, baby. I know what it is because they fear me in the physical form. Let it be known we troublesome over here, baby. Yes, indeed. But shout out to you, Patrice. You know, yes, indeed. I got my sniper gang over here. Shoot, the ladies be in there sniping too. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, baby. Don't get it twisted at all. Let's go. Let's get it. Is Undisputed ever coming on again? I don't think so. Let's go. Yes, we on the podcast too. But let it be known when the opportunity is right, baby, hey, we going to get it right. We're going to get it right out of this thing. All right, so let's go over this. Let's talk about the marriage, and for better or for worse, 9 times out of 10, they like to highlight the worst of us, right? They like to say what we ain't going to do and what we can't do, baby. Y'all know how this thing goes. Y'all know how this thing rock. But I want y'all, just like my guy, Freddie Jackson, would say, rock with me tonight. Come on, baby. Y'all gonna rock with me, man. Come on. Let's go. We finna rock it right now for old time's sake.
Welcome back on Get Up. Let's play a game of better or worse or the same.
Can y'all hear
Big
that?
Wood, will Russell Wilson be better, worse, or the same next season?
Oh, man, this is easy. I'm going with better because Lord knows Russ couldn't play any worse than he did last year. And listen, Sean Payton, the one thing he's going to bring in the culture and the structure that's desperately needed, not only for Russell Wilson, but for that whole organization. So he's going to put him in a position to win. And, oh, by the way, getting Javonte Williams back is going to help him out a lot as well.
All right. All right, so that's a positive for my guy, Russell Wilson. He should no longer be called just only Sierra husband. He should be able to be called by his name by now. All right, so let's get this thing going. Appreciate those with the super chat. I thank y'all so much. We got Sadiq. She says, Law, no matter what this franchise does, they will talk down on the team, even when we win the damn Super Bowl. They will have something negative to say. I already know what they would say. Well, she shooting them down, baby. Woo! She shooting them down. The negativity that they would say, oh, man, the Cowboys bought that Super Bowl, man. The Cowboys had to go get this and get that. Oh, man, the Cowboys cheated, man. But I would rather be on that side of the coin, by the way. But that's just how it goes. We got to do two things this way, and it's got to be harder. Regardless of the perceptions of us or the reality of us, it will always be harder, right? And I truly believe that a lot of people, they don't see it the way I see it, but I look at it from what it is. Ever since Jerry Jones sued the NFL in 1996, a lot of things been called differently for the Cowboys. And granted, you know, it was a good sue because teams been able to utilize sponsorships within their organizations and do a whole bunch of stuff of building mega stadiums and beyond. But they frowned upon it because Jerry Jones was independently and said, hey, if I want to have Nike as a sponsor, and I'm going to get Nike. I'm not finna rock with Revel. Nothing wrong with Revel. Shout out to Revel. But it ain't Nike, right? Shout out to Revel Cruz and Reeboks. But y'all know Nike is the thing, right? And if he wanted Pepsi instead of Coca-Cola, shoot, Jerry Jones went and got Pepsi. That's independent moving right there. They didn't like that. Come on, man. You're supposed to be all on the same footing, right? Some of the people that's hating for what the Cowboys did as it relates to that are benefiting from that, right? Shoot. This revenue sharing, other teams are benefiting from that, but let me not talk too much, man. They might take the stream down. My guy, smoke one for you, man. Appreciate you, man. Oh, my gosh, man. That's that Oxnard fun right there, man. Talk law. Yes, indeed. Come on, man. Let me get my guy up in on here, man. Come on.
Spartans, prepare for glory.
Prepare for it, baby. Let's go.
My team, Mac Jones, will be better, worse, or the same next season?
Brian, much better. Well, you think there's a number of reasons. You know, they went out, they added guys like Juju Smith-Schuster, Mike Gesicki, but fundamentally the most important reason is Bill O'Brien, a very successful coach in this league. I think it's going to enhance their passing game, and I think Mac Jones will play a lot closer to what he did his rookie year than he did a year ago.
Diana, let's keep this rolling. Dak Prescott will be better, worse, or the same next season?
We're going to keep this rolling, but I'm not going to be as positive as my friends there. I think we're going to see the same Dak Prescott. I know Mike McCarthy's taking over.
Hold on. Wait a minute, lady. You know. Now, these two boys can give us some objective analysis on how Russell Wilson will be better than what he exuded last year, right? And also, the other guy can give us some credence and information on how the world Mac Jones can get better. But what you're saying is that Dak Prescott will be worse because basically, even if he's the same, it will be worse than what he was last year because this dude threw a horrid situation, INT for every 20 throws, basically, if you do the math on it. So you mean to tell me that from your analysis from what we did on the offseason that Dak Prescott will remain the same? Come on, man. I love the ladies when they talk, but come on. I can't tell her to lean forward. I don't want the movement to come get me. But come on, man. One of the ladies, Patrice, Sadiq, man, one of the ladies in there, Brenda, man, why don't y'all tell her to lean forward a little bit, and I'm going to do it for y'all. Y'all saying for her, lean forward just a little bit. Okay, all right. Come on, man. I'm not slapping her. Look at my hands. My hands up here, I can't make this stuff up. But Russell Wilson will be good. Mac Jones will be good. But Dak Prescott, oh, my gosh, man, he going to be the same. Come on, man.
For this offense, we got this Texas West Coast cute little name that they got going on here. We want to move the ball faster. They have all these thoughts and ideas. I just think that we got to go back at the history here and see what Dak has done. There's some good. There's some good, some bad. I haven't seen a lot of growth, and I don't think we're going to see it this year either.
Wow. I think it's got to be a year where Dak has got to just block out all the noise and stop turning the football over. I think he's going to do that. Woody, you think this is a prove-it year for?
Come on, Woody. Woody, man. I know you're on the east side, but, man, come on, man. Woody, you better bring some heat. Woody, you better come off the top rope with the people's elbow. You know what I'm saying? Woody, you better not drop this. You better not drop this at all. You better. Ooh, we all leaning on you right now, Woody. Come on.
Dak Prescott.
No, I don't think this is a prove-it year for Dak Prescott. It's a prove-it year for the organization that hasn't been to the damn Super Bowl in like 26 years or whatever it's been. But if you look at Dak Prescott, particularly last year, I look at the interceptions as an aberration. Dak Prescott got over 2-to-1 interception touchdown ratio throughout his career. He's been really good at taking care of the football. Now, last year, one of the problems that happened was he forced a lot of bad passes on 3rd and long, 3rd and 10 plus. That is not typical Dak Prescott. And, oh, by the way, his receivers couldn't separate and get open. That's why you go get a Brandon Cooks to go opposite CeeDee Lamb. So I think Dak Prescott's going to play better. I think the big unknown here is the play calling of Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy hasn't called plays since 2018.
I give him that.
What is that going to look like? But I don't worry about Dak Prescott at all.
Mike T.
No doubt. Let me interject with all of his conversational line right there. Shout out to Ron Mitchell, man, one of my snipers, man, that sent me this video, and I haven't watched it up to that point. Appreciate you, dog, man, because I wanted to give you guys my real raw reaction to this. I'm going to say this right quick. Woody spoke the truth. Like, let's be real with everything. Like let's be 1,000. Let's be on the tip to the top of everything. We had Noah Brown out there, bro. I ain't trying to dog the man. He had a good season. He had a real good season for us. And on top of that, we had a hobbled Michael Gallup, MG13. That's my dog. He even got mad at me, man. MG13 got mad at me, man. Been knowing that kid since 2018. He was like, man, come on, dog. Man, come on. Tell me when you played football in the National Football League. And I knew it. When he said that, when I broke that film down and he took it to that level, I knew for sure that brick hurt. The dog that get hit with the brick, yeps, they be barking all day. You take that brick and throw it. That's what happened. But if he saw that film analysis and that breakdown, he was like, man, that dude ain't knowing what he talking about, he would have did this number. He would have kept strolling, right? This dude don't know what he talking about. But when it's truth and when it's realism and when it hurts, the truth hurts, man. And that's why he was like, dog, man, tell me when you play in the National Football League. And I get everything that he was saying. But at the same time, I wanted to keep him. I wanted to say to him, like, nah, dog, don't come back at me. Don't do that. You could jump in the DMs. I won't screenshot your stuff. Nah. Because what will happen now is people will see that. They will miss the meat, worrying about the potatoes. And everybody on my Instagram feed was like, damn, they were going 1,000% in on Michael Gallup. They were like, Law, I got your back, man. You know, you messing with Law, nothing but the best. They were sniping him left and right, you know. And all I was saying is, Ricky! You know, I was saying no. To the point that I was this close, because I normally don't take stuff down. I don't take stuff out about this close, just taking it down so he won't get that heat. But y'all was giving him heat left and right. Like, come on, you stopped on your route, man. You was slow coming out of your brakes, man. You hurt, you in your feelings, man. For that, for like just 2 to 3 weeks ago, he come out, said, yeah, I was playing and I had overcompensated for the injury, and it caused me to be a little slow off my releases and not being able to plant my foot and these sorts of things. But what I try to do at all times is to protect the player. I never want the player to be like looking at what I say and take it as, oh man, you know, this dude coming at me. Because at the end of the day, I would prefer us to win. I'm not one of these fans that would sit here just because you like a player over another player that you want to see only the player that you like. I don't care if it's boring. I don't care. As long as we win. There's sometimes I understand the game. I understand the principles and the concepts of life itself. You can't just sit down there and play a game like this and say, okay, when I play spades, I'm the best in the world. Give me the joker, deuce, deuce is wild. Give me all of the spades. Let's go. Nah. You just got to play with the cards you were dealt with. I understand all of that. And a third of you guys know that too. You just have to deal with the hand that you got and move on. When they shuffle them up again, you go back at it full strength. That's all I'm looking at it. So I would never do something and say, hey, man, look at me. He responded to me. Let me highlight it and blast it over everywhere. No, because in the hearts of hearts, when I know for sure and I say something and it stick, and when I get other trainers or anybody else say, hey, man, shoot, you was in my head. Next time I see him, because he's going to take it from me because I'm working with him, I'm going to tell him to do this on this play. I'm going to tell him to do that on that play. Because it's all about the betterment for the game. And if I can have that type of reach sitting down in my chair, come on, baby. This is life for me. But we just want to win at the end of the day. And even for Dak Prescott, we want him to win. We want him to be successful. But there are some Cowboy fans that would sit back in their chair, rock it for a while, and say, that guy we can never win a Super Bowl with. That guy is impossible to win with. When I can sit back in the same chair and I can look at a Trent Dilfer lifting up a Lombardi trophy. I can see Eli Manning lift up 2 of them, you know. I can see Brad Johnson lifting up a Lombardi trophy. Come on, man. All of those quarterbacks that I just mentioned, y'all will kick off the bridge to bring Dak Prescott in, right? So it's not about the quarterback, baby. It's about the system that you play for. And I don't want to hear somebody say, nah, dog, give me Eli, man. Shoot. Boy, we would have had 2 Super Bowls by now, dog. No, I ain't talking to those Cowboy fans. Man, give me Joe Flacco, man. Sure, we'll win 2-3 Super Bowls, man. Give me Brad Johnson, man. At least he know how to read defense. Come on, man. What y'all talking about, man?
What are your thoughts?
I think it's a prove it every 10 minutes when you're the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Outside the President of the United States, it may be the highest profile position we have in our country. So, and I think that's one of the things I love about Dak is his demeanor. He's sort of above the fray. I think he's going to play dramatically better. I think this team will be a little bit more boring and conservative with Coach McCarthy calling the plays and Brian Schottenheimer as their offensive coordinator. As Diana alluded to this morning, I think Tony Pollard is on the precipice of being a superstar. And I think as he is healthy and regains his footing, this offense will be balanced. And if Dak Prescott could just eliminate half of those league-leading 17 interceptions, this team will be hard to beat because they have a championship defense.
Yeah, Mike, it makes so much sense that we're going to focus.
Hold on before she talk again. Hold on. I do agree. Now, INTs, they're still your baby. I get all of that. But that's why we went and got Brandon Cooks, right? That's why we went and said to Michael Gallup, hey, last year we're going to chalk that up as growing pains of you coming off of the injury, right? It's hard to get refooted and get things going. It's good to see Gallup out there now without a brace, right? Getting out there. And now this year, he won't be working the chords. He'll be with the guys, right? So we can scale that and say, all right, cool. And if it's boring, then I would take that all the time. I don't want somebody to lie to kick it. Sometimes you can be so anxious for something, right? I'm going to go back to use the spades analysis, right? Analogy. You can look back at this and say, all right, I want to win the book so bad that I will undercut my partner, right? Or I will renege in the game for it to all blow back on you. No, you play the cards that were dealt. Strategize, right? Understand the opposition and as well as your partner in this game. It's a give and flow type of groove. And the Cowboys, for many of moons, especially with the coaching philosophy, the two were not on the same page. I don't care how much you guys can wrap your lips around of saying, oh, my goodness. Y'all can suck off Kellen Moore all you want to say that he was this brilliant guy, but he wasn't. That wasn't too harsh when I said that, right? But he wasn't that dude for Mike McCarthy. And when you try to fit something around peg in a square hole, it's going to do some damages, especially if the hole is too small. So it's going to do some damages. Am I too a little aggressive with my analogy here? Y'all let me know. But pause. You guys get with what I'm saying, and that's why y'all are here. Y'all get with what I'm saying. So now you finally got someone that can kick off their shoes and say, hey, relax your feet. Now we're going to party over here with our type of rhythm, with our type of groove, with somebody that speak our language, right? Come on, man. Shout out to you, Lisa. Appreciate you. She one of the good snipers, too. Lisa take real good care of me. Lisa, you going to go out to SportsCon? Because I can't wait to see you out there. Oh, she says, okay, that's what she said with the $9.99 for your mind. She says, love, law, all the shows with the best content. See you at SportsCon. Come on, baby. Yes, and I'm going to make sure. That, you get a chance to speak up there on the podium or the platform that we on, and we'll have a great time. Appreciate you, Lisa. Thank you so much. Let's go.
Focus on Dak so much, and we should, right? Because we need to see him improve. We need to see him take care of the football. We've been talking about it all week long. But I actually think Tony Pollard is the most important factor on this offense. We got to see how he recovers, right? If he's going to be healthy. True. But there were moments after I had several conversations with different defensive coordinators that faced the Dallas Cowboys last season. It was always about Pollard's ability. I had one coach even say to me, he looked like Christian McCaffrey at times. That's how good he was playing. And when he was rolling, this Cowboys team was rolling. So he really has become one of the integral parts of this offense.
No doubt. Tony Pollard is him, as they say. And he's getting recognition from especially Saquon Barkley. He giving him all type of accolades of support and things like that. And I love to hear that. You know, when you start thinking about a running back and what they do with the ball in their hands, every single playmaker or every single player that's on this team all have to become a running back. Everyone. Wide receiver, when he get the ball, he ultimately becomes the running back. The actual quarterback, when he get beyond the LOS, he becomes a running back. So I don't want us to put my guy Tony Pollard into a box. I said last night, shout out to the Final Word, shout out to Boss Cowboy, shout out to OC, J Tuck, Big Game James, and the special guest Skywalker Steele. Shout out to those boys that was on the show last night. When I said it, I meant it. I want Tony Pollard anywhere between 15, 17-ish touches. You know, anything beyond that, the law of diminishing rates of return will knock at his door. But you can utilize his weapon because he can be the explosive guy that's in the backfield as well as line him up inside the slot. Don't get too vanilla with it, and don't overanalyze it, baby. Don't overanalyze it. I think that since 2019, that was Tony Pollard's rookie year, that the Cowboys really overanalyzed Tony Pollard to Ezekiel Elliott to the point that Brian Broaddus said that he asked, I believe, who was it he asked? Get right with me, man. I think he said he asked Jerry Jones, did they wasted a pick with Tony Pollard, and Jerry got mad at him. I'm paraphrasing. I could be off. But you can't get mad at nobody but yourself, because the Cowboys said to themselves, let's go get a rookie offensive coordinator and hope that he will bring forth veteran experience on calling plays. There were things that this brother was still learning on the job. And they was talking about held to a certain degree of accountability as if the president earlier on one of their takes, Joe Biden and all of those boys in the front office, the quarterback is held to that degree. I would tell y'all, those are lies. Those are all lies. The quarterback and the franchise of the Cowboys are held to a higher degree than the United States president of the United States of America. That's just the reality of it. Joe Biden right now is sleeping somewhere. You know, I can book it. You can guarantee it. Book it. He's sleeping right now, you know. And we don't even know what the other lady is doing. We don't know what she's doing right now. Not to politically talk about this, but that's just the reality of it. Never will the Cowboys not be viewed as the end-all, be-all for the National Football League. Never.
I love what you're throwing down here, but when you look at that San Francisco game, Dak Prescott doesn't throw 2 interceptions, they win that football game. I think he's the most important player. What about you, Mike T?
I'm totally with you, and I agree with that San Francisco game. That's why I have such hope for the Cowboys, Brian. It's a championship defense, and especially that second interception, they're going in for either a field goal or a touchdown before half. They're in complete control of the game. But, again, I think Dak will play better. I think CeeDee Lamb will take the next step in his career as well. So I think this team will be much harder to beat because I think they're going to be able to avoid those self-inflicted wounds.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, so let me break this part down. And it's going to sound like Law is still defending Dak Prescott. And I gave this analogy before. You have kids that's young, 6 and 7, and you get a loaded gun and a knife and you put it on the table. You're not being a good parent, right? Come on, with the safety trigger off. And that is, my friend, of what the Cowboys did against the 49ers. They took a kid, they put him on the table. Here's a loaded gun, here's a loaded knife. Have fun. The Cowboys had no plan, no approach on how to defeat the quarters defense against the 49ers. They threw into the teeth of their defense. Even if you can't run the ball, you got to run the ball. Even if their front four is doing their job, you got to be stubborn enough to say to yourself, I'm going to run this ball. Even though the game was lopsided versus the Eagles and the Niners. Darius Slay said it himself. Unless you want to debate him and his thought track on how they prepared against the 49ers, they said they looked at the tape and they saw the successful things that the Cowboys were doing, and they replicated it. Now, granted, the score is lopsided because the Eagles had a few scores within their side of the field because of some turnovers. But they took the game plan, and they ran the ball against, dare I say, the 49ers. Now, for somebody who want a cookie, let me know in the chat how many yards they average per rush against the 49ers. Was it 6 yards per rush? Was it 7 yards per rush? Let me know. Let's go to this. SportsCon is pretty much like Comic-Con for sports athletes. And we will be here in Dallas, July 14th through the 16th. Go to sportscon.com and check out prices for tickets and information there. And those that you see on the screen, they will be there live at SportsCon. And I'm telling you, you will not have a good time. You will absolutely have a great time. And it will be the ultimate fan experience. And your brother from another mother, no other, don't look like Danny Glover, will be there live, getting a chance to talk to some of these guys that's here flashing on the screen. So shout out to SportsCon. They are, and we have Rick Flair there. Woo! So, and we have Jason Witten, you know. So all of those boys are going to be at SportsCon this year, and I can't wait to get a chance to interview those guys, meet those guys, talk to them about their goals and inspirations, and seeing if I can motivate them, man. Seeing if I can get Ronald Coleman, man. Maybe I'll arm wrestle him, you know. And Tyler Biotish will be there, and there will be more and more committed to this SportsCon right around the corner, and I can't wait, man. And of course, you know, maybe, just maybe, for my guy that was in the chat, maybe we can get Tony Romo to get over there to talk to us. Also, not to outspeak my wisdom teeth, you know, we will also have a guy that we're waiting to see whether or not he's going to jump all the way in on the podcast with us, but it's going to be a guy by this name of, let me see if I can find it. Yeah.
You want to talk about a playmaker? That's a playmaker. He made the play.
Boy, man, my dream will come true if I can get Michael Irvin and Law on the show together at the same place at the same time, man. Sure. Man, don't you know, I would tell Mike,
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Sports. Yeah, appreciate y'all for that quick commercial there. So if y'all want to continue to support the nation, just show up at SportsCon. We will be there live in the flesh, and we will have multiple content creators there. Boss Cowboy, he will be there. My brother from another mother, all the way from the West Coast Cowboy will be there, and a few other guys that will be there in the mix, growing this thing. Shout out to Andy, man, and shout out to SportsCon collectively. We talk about independency, right? We talked about being able to stand on your own. Well, we can't do it without you all, right? I'm not afraid to say it, man. It's going to cost me about $3,000 to $4,000 to go to Oxnard, right? So, there's not no big check from a sponsor saying, hey, why don't you just go ahead and go out there and have a very good time? No, it's a workcation for me, right? But it's a labor of love. And how you guys support, I'm not out here begging you left and right. Hey, give me coins, man. Hey, begging, man. I'm on my knees. I'm on my bended knees for you guys to support this. Nah. Nor are we out here reaching out to these big conglomerates to change our minds of things like ESPN and CBS and whoever, not say, we'll turn them down, but we're independent. Independent means just that. When you start saying that you're independent, you are that. So you independently got to be able to do this with that, and this by yourself. But technically, before I play the rest of this audio, I'm not all the way independent because I got the nation on the back, right? You guys got my back, and we can roll wherever we want to go because everywhere we go, we got family. Let's listen to more what they have to say.
We've been talking about extensions, Diana.
Yeah.
What's the latest? Because Dak, I think, is eligible for an extension after this upcoming season.
Yeah, well, so he's got a very big cap hit this upcoming year. So the Dallas Cowboys are going to want to try to figure this out, trying to extend him. Stephen Jones has actually been very transparent with the media saying, yeah, this is something we're going to work on. But they've got a lot of deals they need to address. So it is going to be interesting to see how this is going to shake out and who's going to get done first. Ideally, everyone wants to get this stuff done by training camp, but sometimes this kind of goes into the start of the season. But this is one of those quarterback deals that we're going to be talking about probably right before week one.
Big Wood, you saw the list of all those players that need deals. Do you think this is Jerry Jones' last best season to get a ring?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're getting there. I don't know if it's his last best, but the time is now for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, look, survey the landscape, right? The NFC. There's really not many powerhouses in the NFC, not many great quarterbacks in that conference. So if you're going to do it, now's the time. We talk about Philadelphia. We talk about San Francisco, who has their own quarterback situations. The Dallas Cowboys are in a position to make it happen this year.
Oh, we'll see. All right, let's get up and go.
No doubt. We are in that position. And let's just talk about this thing that they just talked about as far as Cowboys' notable contracts that's up. And in that order, I would have to move around some pieces. And they don't have even Terence Steele there because, they're not that knowledgeable of this team. I think that you got to figure out how to get Terence Steele together. I think that when he was playing, he was a top 5 or a top 4 right tackle in the National Football League. And we on the old wait and see situation with the Cowboys now, who they going to pay. I know we heard the news and the outlets just yesterday about, some of the tractions for my guy CeeDee Lamb, but in reality of it, Trayvon Diggs, he's the one that you don't have an umbrella for. So he becomes a free agent next year, and those are things that you definitely don't want to see, to lose a player in free agency, right? And then leaning on the fact that you can get a compensatory pick or you franchise tag a person. Now, I'm on record saying, and I'm going to say this again, when you franchise a player, that's like going to your local, payday loan places. It's like a long, short type of situation, because what you are saying basically that you're going to take 18 to maybe $20 million for the franchise tag for a DB. That's money that you can't prorate, you can't spread out through the life of the contract, for crying out loud. And it's a situation whereas ultimately you are telling that player, what we want to see from you, because we don't trust you, we want to see you do the exact same thing you did the previous year or better. If you do anything lower, then we're going to let you test the market, or we can franchise tag you again. That's why I say that the franchise tag, if you look at the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement, if in the next 10 years, if they don't abolish the franchise tag, these players are typically in the same boat that they were in the last 20 years. The owner's still on top of them, controlling them by the money. And I get it, right? Tony Pollard getting 10, close to $11 million up front, that's more money than he ever made in his career, right? But in the actualities of it, the Cowboys are ultimately saying to Tony Pollard, we want you to do exactly what you did last season or better. If not, then you playing for another team, bro. And if you do play beyond that contract, we going to argue to you that running backs' lives don't matter. We can find another in the draft. And it'll be no situation for the Cowboys to trade him because he would not be in the contract. You get what I'm saying? So it's a win-win for the owners if he performed well. And it's a dog, man, because running backs' lives, their shelf life is different from any other player that plays this sport, because they're looking at mileage. They're looking at, hey, there are plenty of the youth that you can find in the draft that can do the things that you do. Even on a scale that we can go running back by committee, and we don't have to pay you. We can just ship you on the way. That's just what I'm saying with that. So I'm not saying that the Cowboys should give Tony Pollard $90 million. But, man, if you really look at this contract that he's going to have to be dealing with, it's going to be anywhere upwards of a 2 to 3 year deal, which you could have just given him that 2021. You could have signed him up there for a 3-year contract, and you would have been not on the ropes for $11 million straight off the books. But that's a whole nother story, right? All right, so the Parsons, they do have the 5th-year option available for him, right? But I'm going to tell y'all, man, Parsons next season, and of course this season, he's going to play lights out. I already know the type of dog we got out of him. He ain't going to be quiet. Yeah, he ain't going to be biting his tongue over here, man. Shoot, he going to be spitting his mind. CeeDee Lamb, I get all of that. Pay that brother, pay that man the money, but don't act funny with the man. Don't tarnish the man. Pay that man, pay that brother. Most importantly, the key to it all is what I'm saying in short, is what I'm saying very in short. The key to it all, the reservation that will open up all of this, right? That money hole that will open up all of this, not some of this, all of this, is the guy that's on top of this list, Dak Prescott. Now, 2 things can be happening right now as I'm speaking to y'all beautiful people that's watching, all of you all that's watching. 2 things that can happen. Either the Cowboys can bet against him. All right, CD, we see you, dog. Although the Cowboys can bet against him, or they can bet with him. Those are the 2 things. And when you betting against him, you're going to go through 2023 season looking back and saying, if he shows us that if he throwing 15 to 17 INTs, that's our escape hatch. We can just go ahead and let him test the market on the last end of his contract. Even though he got a no-trade clause, we can just escape the $59 million cap hit and do some other crazy stuff and say, all right, prove it to me again in 2024, all of that stuff. But if you bet with the brother, it will be just like this, a Thanos snap, that all of a sudden, if you extend Dak Prescott, you bet with the brother, hear me out, put the butter knife down. This is not preaching only for Dak Prescott, by the way, but this just fit right here for the situation and the cause. If you bet with him, then you will have enough remunerations to go ahead and pay Parsons, go ahead and pay Steele, go ahead and pay Diggs, and go ahead and pay Dangerous Lamb and Pollard if you want to bring them back for a cup of coffee. But the Cowboys going to do Cowboys thing. And they're going to sit back and say, you threw all of those interceptions last year. You had broken your thumb. The season before that, you had a calf strain. And the season before that, you was out all year. And you broken your ankle, bone busted through the meat and all of that stuff. I'm not happy with the $160 million. I'm not happy with a guy with his hairline way back here somewhere talking about us every day by the name of Stephen A. Smith. I'm not happy with the flip-flopper who don't have a partner right now, Skip Bayless, right? And Shay Sharp, who came up real big talking about the Cowboys. Look, I saw a podcast just the other day. He got his whole name, Uncle Shay Sharp. He got Unc from talking about the Cowboys. He got a whole name from talking about the Cowboys. Look at all of these people coming up off the Cowboys. I can't make this stuff up. I just to name y'all 3 people that came up off the Cowboys. Stephen A. Smith. And then for the life of me, just last season, they have a nerve to have Stephen A. Smith parading all through Dallas, right? And having him to be the exclusive guy talking about draft picks and beyond. I can't stand that at all, Come on, front office. But that's a whole nother story. Man, give some of us little guys some chances at that. Come on, man, not that dude with his forehead way back here. He salute like this. When it was time for him to get enlisted to the Army, they was like, nah, man, you can't salute like that, dog. Come on, man. Shady McCoy, he's next, T. Foster. He's next. He's absolutely next. They're going to come up off the Cowboys' pains or success. That's crazy. That's crazy. A guy to get on national TV, right, who played the sport to call another man an ASS. Come on, man. Come on, where they do that at? I guess they do that on Fox, you know. Dan Orlovsky. You know what? Dan Orlovsky will be the next guy. It's a toss-up between him and Shay Shay. Acho too. Acho, he trying to play both sides. Now, Dak Prescott will have his best season ever. Here's why. Bull sugar all last year. Hey, my guy Kurt Warner, he trying everything he did. He just released the video 3 minutes ago talking about Dak Prescott interceptions. Not all his fault. Bull sugar. All off season, all during the season, you was burying Dak Prescott with those INTs. Dak Prescott, he's going through his progression, he's going through his reads. Oh, man, he shouldn't have thrown it this way. For him to go back and do another video, come on, man. And I'm not saying that Kurt Warner need to come up off of that, but come on, Kurt Warner, you know better than that. Come on, Kurt. All right, man, I done yelled at y'all enough, man.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come
I got you.
man.
Joy Taylor, you forgot about Joy Taylor. I ain't going to even talk about Joy. Her mom's a Cowboy fan, and she supposedly be a Miami fan. But watch, she going to be rooting for the Jets this season. Oh, my brother played for the Jets or what have you. I get all of that, All right, let's listen to this audio.
Guys, you know what? And let's start in Nashville, where, as expected, Allen.
Okay, they went over to something else. All right, y'all. Woo! Man, I'm fired up today. All right, let's go. It's be Gucci flip-flopping. Yeah, flip-flopping's all day, man. All right, it's 2:28. Let's see what I can do here. Just for a quick one subject line, one topic.
Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for
brought to you by SportsCom, by the way. 657-390-7391 is the number. That's the number. Yes, indeed. 657-390-73 is the number. SportsCon. It's kind of like Comic-Con for athletes and fans. Find yourself out there July the 14th through the 16th. And I promise you, you will not have a good time. You will absolutely have a great time. Show your support. Come on out. There's no big I's. There's no little U's. It's going to be a great situation for you and you and you. It'll be not just for germane to just the Cowboys, by the way, but it's for all sports fans, right? We got Chris Lofton that's going to be in the house. We even got some movie producers, singers will be there, rappers will be there, and there's more and more people that's signing up and being there on the celebrity side. So come on out, and I promise you, you will have a great time. Food trucks will be there too. So if you like to eat, it's going to be good stuff for you. Black Lion, appreciate you. DP is the most analyzed, criticized quarterback in NFL, the media energy, false narrative is the only quarterback to lose in the playoffs. You ain't lying. He ain't lying at all, y'all. Appreciate you, Black Lion. Philly fans will be there too. Come on. No doubt.
There are 5 participants in the conference.
Banks, you're live from the 757. You're live, Banks.
Lord, what's going on, man?
Nothing to it, man.
I ain't hitting that for a second. Yeah, man, I ain't got much, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna try to get that Oxnard this year, man.
Oxnard, oh yeah.
From the East. Yeah, man.
What day are you trying to go? Are you trying to go on the front end or the back end?
I'm gonna tell you this. I want to go when they put the pads on.
So that's anywhere after the 29th on their schedule.
Anywhere after the 29th. Okay,
Yeah.
I hadn't looked at the schedule yet. My brother out there in Kansas, so
Oh yeah.
I can check him out and go out there. But yeah, man. Yeah, man, I ain't got much, man, but I'm gonna say this, man. You know, I know ain't much going on right now, and I sound like a little broken record, man. Look, I know they brought up that San Francisco game, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, man, but it ain't a doubt in my mind that if Malik Davis play that game, man, I believe he changes that whole game in the second half when Tony Pollard goes down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep saying it to this day, man. Because, you know, I go by the eye test, man. And, you know, I know some people say, you know, it's kind of an unknown with Malik Davis.
Yeah.
But I don't think so, man. I seen enough of him when Zeke was out. And how he run that, you know what I'm saying, how he run that rock, man, and his vision, man. And I've seen enough of him to say, man, I believe he can carry the load. And that's my opinion, you know.
No, you good. You good.
I don't
You
know how
good.
you see it, but yeah, for real, man. I just think he can. You know, I believe in Malik Davis a whole lot, but you know, I guess we'll see how it go. But that's pretty much all I got, man.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in. That's a good
right.
call from Banks, man. We got pretty much two Banks in there, man. And the other Banks, I guess he thought I was talking to him. So we got two Banks, man. So I'm gonna make sure that we can, you know, digest all of that when you're calling in. I think that the Florida Gators, they had like 3 running backs when Malik Davis played. Therefore, the Florida Gators. And y'all remember Damian Pierce? He played for the Texans. And it was Malik Davis. And it was some other running back. If you guys know of that running back, I don't know if it was Montrell Johnson or y'all let me know. But there was a lot of running backs. So I can tell you that the wild card could still be Malik Davis. Because in the reality of it, Cowboy Nation, he could still be the unknown because of his production in college. He was considered as a split back. And even when I looked at some of the film, I didn't know where to place Malik. He didn't run a good 40 time. I get all of that. But when you saw some of his tape on the field, like you sitting there like, hey, you see some explosiveness. Then they give the ball back to Pierce, right? So I don't know, man. All I can say is if he keep his head together, and if he can keep things together in front of him and look at this opportunity to look at it and say to everyone, I don't foresee myself as a backup running back, but I see myself as a starting running back for this team. And he runs in there like nothing to lose, but everything in the game, shoo. We can hit dynamite with doggone Malik Davis, or he can be a shell of himself. He can be a guy that nobody want to really talk to. You know what I'm saying? Because he kind of got angry and upset during the playoff last year. That by far could be a situation there. Neither here nor there. I got, the fan favorites for most, man. I got my guy, man, from the 815, man. Brandon Ross. You're alive, man. That's my dog, man. Brandon, what's good with you, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Talk to me, man.
Okay. So, yesterday was wild. I just want to say, look, we still haven't signed the right captain. Amongst other things, somebody's not gonna get signed. So I think we're gonna have to brace for that. Like that's a given. What you gotta hope is that somebody take a discount. I don't want anybody to take a discount, but if we're gonna win a Super Bowl this season, which I believe. Everybody that's contracted that's coming up is going to want more money if we win the Super Bowl. So you have to get these things done now. And the main guy you have to get done now is Trevon Diggs. Like, to me, I don't see why you're waiting. You're going to franchise him for what? It makes no sense. TP is franchised. TP loving to be franchised. We're giving him upfront money for 1 year.
Yo.
Don't tell me Tony Pollard don't love this. So, like, we're making Cowboys decisions. We doing Cowboy stuff. We making football decisions that don't have anything to do with football. That's why most of these guys are still up in the air of whether we going to sign them or not. So, guys, with that, I don't know. All I'm going to say is, hey, we right now this year we got everything we need. We have the talent. We have supposedly the quarterback. We got a coach. We got the skill players. We just got to go out and get it done, man. How about them Cowboys? I love Law Nation. Let's make sure we tap his cash out so he can get down there to training camp. Because, look, hey, if Law sleep good and feel good, he going to get us greater content. So how about them Cowboys? How about Law Nation? How about shout out to the nation? Dak Prescott, I'm watching.
No doubt, man. That was a good call from Brandon, man. Let's put our hands together for Brandon, man. Come on, man. Trayvon Diggs, I will agree. I will agree that you got to pay Trayvon Diggs and get things going. And just with that, the right tackle situation, that's up in there, right? We would know next month clearly who should be out there. Now, chances are, betting man will say, yeah, Terence still will be healthy enough, but it's an old wait and see moment, right? If he's healthy enough, then pay the man. They showing their hand. Meaning that they were willing to get rid of Terence Steele for a Luke Schoonmaker. Right? Because that's what they did. They put a second round tender on him and said, all right, if a team willing to jump, are you willing to jump with a second round draft pick? And pick on his contract. That's what the tender's supposed to be about. Nobody jumped to that bait. So right now, the Cowboys' value of Terence Steele is of the levels of Luke Schoonmaker. Let me know if I'm wrong. All right, I got my guy, man, my brother Darius, man, from the 214. You're live.
Law, what's happening, man? I meant to tell you, do you know a guy by the name of David Wells that worked for the Cowboys?
David Wells. London Wells, I know him, the tight end coach. But David Wells. London Wells.
I thought you would know because
let me look him up right
I've seen him like on some of those pictures that you used to like post up like as B-roll. I've seen him in the background on them. So that's the only reason why I knew who he was. I meant to tell you this the other day. I ran into him. I'm going to try to make this short. I ran into him at the store, and he looked familiar because I feel like I seen him in B-roll clips that you used to play.
He a brother or a white guy? What is he?
He black.
He black? Okay, so David Wells, I looked up, he was white. But keep going.
He worked with Dez Bryant. Like, he was like Dez Bryant's like handler.
Okay.
He told me. And
okay.
So, I ran into him at the store, and then I just said what's up to him, and then when I was at this suit store, he was in there chilling again. And I was like, dang, so let me holler at him because he might know some trainers for my nephew. And so I hollered at him. He shot me, and I knew I was going to run into him again. So if anything's come out of this, like that was God. You know what I'm saying? I had a feeling I was going to run into him again. So he gave me a trainer for my nephew. That's what I want to ask you. The next time I run, because I feel like I'm going to run into him again, I'm going to ask him if he know you. Because he worked with the Cowboys. Because he worked with the Cowboys. But so that aside, this is what I want to ask you. So, what do you feel like the purpose of the regular season is?
To prepare you ready for the postseason. You work out everything you're supposed to work out during the regular season. I think that the best person to break it down when we had 16 games was what's his name? Bill Parcells. He said the first 4 weeks, just you getting to know yourself. That's really the preseason's there, right, for your veteran guys. But he said that ultimately, I'm paraphrasing, you should know who you are by Thanksgiving. That's Bill Parcells, you know.
And okay, so that's I'm glad you said that because that's what I'm leaning towards. So basically, my version of that is it's essentially a play-in tournament for the playoffs. So basically, the whole purpose of the regular season is win enough games to get to the playoffs.
True.
That's it.
True.
Anything else is just window dressing. You know what I'm saying? And so just me personally, I don't care what the Cowboys' regular season record is, as long as they make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Win enough games to get into the playoffs, but then once you get into the playoffs, get to the NFC Championship and look good when you win the NFC Championship. So this where I'm going with this is my
Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
I don't care. I don't care about another 12-5, 12-5 because it don't mean nothing.
Right,
if you don't do nothing with the 12-5. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
12-5. If you 12-5 and you get bounced out the first round of the playoffs, your regular season record is like it's fake. Like it's not real. Like because you didn't. If you 12-5, you're supposed to be a powerhouse.
Technically, let me break it down this way. You got a good thought track with this. You know, I'm not shunning you for that. You know, 12-5, 12-5. So that'll put us right at 36 wins, right, in the last 3 years. You should be comfortable enough to win. The thing is, when you get to playoffs, right, your team's supposed to have the most experience while you in the playoff, if you've been there multiple times, to know that you can't take days off. You can't take a playoff because there's no more tomorrow. So normally when you see teams that's got playoff experience, you know, 9 times out of 10, those particular teams play well. That also bodes for coaches with playoff experience. You see what I'm saying? It bodes well for them because they know how to prepare themselves. And it wasn't strange to me hearing in 2021 that the coach was saying that some of the players were nervous. I only got mad at Mike McCarthy for letting that out the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, you don't supposed to let everybody know about that. But I get it where he was coming from. So in 2022 last year, if you go back and watch the week leading up to that, I said, I better not see one person nervous. You know, I better not see one person scared. So what happened here collectively, Darius, is that there's another side of that coin. What I want for this team to do as well, they got the playoff experience, but now I want them to value the regular season. Don't take that for granted. Playing at home, don't take that for granted. Because now you can look at it and say, look at what happened for the Eagles. They had to end up beating the 49ers with a horrible quarterback that knocked them up out of the game, right? And they played before they played the Niners. Who they played? They had to play 2 games. Who they played?
They played the Giants. They
had to play the Giants on their field, on their turf, with their rules, with their comfort. So it's all about comfort too. So it shouldn't be about I'm nervous, I'm scared, but it's about preparing yourself for that moment. I guarantee you the Cowboys looked at it and said, damn, if we would have won that Green Bay game, damn, if we would have won that Jaguars game, man, we could have been controlling the fronts of this heading into the playoff at home. With the bold of confidence, with the experience, because they got bounced up out of the playoffs last year. You know, so all of that, I'm looking at it, the playoff is such a layered situation. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say it again, and it's my last one. I'm gonna say it. I gotta say it again, like Dr. Umar Johnson. Win enough games. The regular season doesn't matter. If you don't do nothing with it, it don't matter. Just win enough games.
True.
To get into the playoffs. And when you get to the playoffs, win multiple games. That's what I'm going to say about that. My thing is with the Cowboy organization is they give too many chances. And, bro, they will let a sorry-ass head coach forever.
True.
But the good ones, they try to get them the hell up out of here quick.
Get them out of here.
Jimmy, man, come on. Jimmy Johnson, got him up out of there. Well, except for Tom Landry. He was here for ages. That's definitely
old regime
Tom
too.
Landry, Bill Parcells.
Yeah.
Tom Landry, Bill Parcells. I mean, not Tom Landry, but Bill Parcells, Jimmy Johnson. They got their asses up out of here real quick. Yeah. And even Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips wasn't that bad. I know some people don't like him, but he was better than Jason Garrett. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my whole thing. So in closing, don't do the same thing with Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy, hey, that same short leash that they be giving to all the good head coaches, he needs to have that short leash. Get him up out of there. He ain't it. That's all I'm saying.
No doubt, Darius, man. Appreciate you for calling in, man.
Yeah.
No doubt. I don't think that Tom Landry would bode well with modern day fans. I don't think Tom Landry, head coach, would bode well with modern day fans. To have my Umar Johnson statement, I don't think that Tom Landry will bode well with modern day fans. How many years it took him before he started having the winning seasons or what have you? I think it took him 6 or 7 years, right? On top of that, and I know we were a franchise team that was new to the NFL or what have you. But in 29 years, close to 30 years of coaching, I believe, Tom Landry, the great one, only generated 2 Super Bowls. And he's the greatest coach of all time for the Dallas Cowboys, or one of the greatest coaches of all time. But I don't think that it would have bode well with this modern day Cowboy fan feast or famine, or whatever it may be, of our thought track or what have you. Even if we can show the levels of being competitive or competing, dare I say, they would have been still angry and upset. But the craziness of it all, because I think that even in the midst of Tom Landry era, he was the winningest coach of all time. Him and Don Shula, I believe, the winningest coach. 20 winning seasons. I think to this day, we still have the record in the NFC East of the most playoff victories. It's crazy. Yeah, Ramon says, yeah, Landry made the Cowboys. Right. Right, there's documentaries out there, right? Technically, the whole piece of Roger Staubach made the Cowboys' legacy ring even high. How the media bashes on the Cowboys, they really hated the Cowboys organization and franchise because they refused. The week after JFK was assassinated, they refused to not play. They played. And everybody was looking at it like, hold on, wait a minute. They shouldn't play that game. They shouldn't play that week. But I think the following year, what have you, or the following situation, Staubach came into the picture. You know, I'm going way back. You know, I'm kind of like sounding like the Reverend Mr. Simmons the other day. Roger Staubach turned the mindsets over and he became Captain America, Captain Comeback, and all of that. So, you know, but through the hands of Tom Landry, generated a bunch of creativity and beyond. The first team to use zone defenses, the first team to use computers and things like that. But even with all of those things, if you compare him to the modern day fans, no, they wouldn't like that. They wouldn't like Tom Landry. We ain't winning fast enough. We ain't winning Super Bowls every year. All right, I got my guy JT from the 260. You're live.
Can you hear me, Law?
Yeah, I can hear you well, pretty well, man. Talk to me, man.
There is actually a funny thing that I kind of feel like is going on, though. Like, you brought up, and you said this like 10 minutes ago, but you brought up a lot of the names that like hate on the Cowboys. Like, my question is, like, what happened with Skip Bayless? Because he's kind of flipped a little bit.
Yeah, I think that naturally Skip, he wanted Tom Brady, right, to win in that playoff game last year versus us, even though he was 45 years of age, right? And I think that Skip Bayless is more of a Tom Brady fan than he is a Cowboys fan, and it showed on that video when him and Shay Sharp was going back and forth, and Shay Sharp, shout out to him, but he folded, in my opinion. Nevertheless, Skip is all about ratings, man. He's all about himself too,
Right. I feel you on that.
He wrote articles back in the early 90s about Troy Aikman allegedly being, part of the LGBTQ community, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, though, I remember when Dak first came into the league, there wasn't a bigger fan of the man than Skip Bayless. Like, he rarely said anything bad about Dak. And it's now gotten to the point where we're trying to figure out when he'll say anything good about that. Like, it's flipped that much.
Yeah. It's only a few, man. And who's the people that talk glowingly about the quarterback here? Can y'all put that in the chat? I know it's somebody that talk glowingly about him. His name's at the tip of my tongue, but it's not many, though, on those networks. Not many at all. Colin Cowherd? No, not Colin Cowherd. It's somebody that talk glowingly about him, but not many, man. Kurt Warner, Kurt Warner with the Wee Woo gang. You know what I'm saying? Troy Aikman, he's really Troy Aikman. I'm reading the comments here. Mina Kimes, she probably be the only one. Troy Aikman is really not he's a play-by-play caller. He's not one of those people that do the talking head stuff, Yeah. But it's not many, though, JT.
Yeah. It's just weird, man. Like, one thing I really can't get with people who flip-flop that much, though.
That much, yeah.
Well, because the thing is, like, if you look at, and I mean, there's a lot of them. Like, you look at Max Kellerman, where he goes from being a guy, because remember, he was actually a guy who was big on Dak Prescott.
He's
and
a Giants fan. Yeah, he's a Giants fan. Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith, like, he flips from liking LeBron to hating on LeBron to now hating on Mahomes and, like, flipping to, like, liking Mahomes. Like, it's, like, literally, I'm like, dude, can you have a take? Like, can you have a legitimate, like, take that actually is found in, like, what you believe? Because when you flip, and Colin is actually one of the biggest guys that just flips from liking LeBron to hating LeBron to, talking about Steph Curry and dogging him. I'm like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, these guys just completely, they will literally, it's basically like if you're on a road and you keep swerving your car, like, these guys just crash out with these takes, man.
No doubt, man. It's why I'm glad, man, Sniper Gang, man. I'm glad that Ryan, he sent me this clip today so I can go in. I appreciate you, JT, for calling in, too. Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, salute, love.
No doubt, man. That's my guy, JT, from the 260.
The conference has been locked.
Mark that drives trucks, man, from the 832. You are live on the Nation.
And you know what it do. What's up, Law? What's up?
Nothing much, man. Holding it down, man. Just chilling.
I see you. Hey, man, you know what? About who they gonna play. I think y'all talked about it. You, Boss Cowboy, all the bloggers, y'all do real good work keeping up with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
About who the priorities should be as far as they're gonna pay to keep and stuff like that.
Right.
Kind of laid out who that top tier is.
Right.
For me, Tony Pollard and Terence Steele are that second tier, and you're only gonna be able to pay one of those guys, I think. And it's gonna depend largely on. I don't know about taking a hometown discount, but Terence Steele coming off an injury. And I've heard people probably say they could work an angle the Cowboys could if, maybe if you come to him, with nothing to slap him in the face, but something decent, maybe you could keep him. That would be your quote-unquote hometown discount. If Tony Pollard do what I think he's going to do this year and that's just ball out, just go crazy, you're not going to be able to keep him anyway because somebody's going to pay him a dump truck full of money.
The only thing is with that, Mark, that the running back market is pretty much crazy. I think that Cooks is still a free agent right now, Dalvin Cook, right? And right now, there's a plethora of other guys that's looking for that money. Saquon Barkley, he's not getting paid right now, so he might hold out. I don't think he will, but we got until July the 15th before anything can shake from there. It could be breaking news on July the 16th that the Giants end up releasing him because they couldn't come up to an agreement, and Saquon Barkley could be a free agent for crying out loud. So running backs are overlooked now, right? So that's how I look at it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are, but people also like that new thing. And we had Tony Pollard here, 4 or 5 seasons?
Yep.
We only just saw him, we've only just seen him, the league, I should say, has really just seen him just this past season and got a glimpse of what he could do. And if he being the feature guy coming up, then, he puts up anything like a 2,000 yards. He gets 1,000-yard rush and 1,000 yards receiving. I could see somebody wanting to pay him, give him a 4-year contract, maybe $60 million. I could see somebody wanting to do that. Because, again, he's not somebody that's known like a Dalvin Cook, like a Saquon Barkley. There's a newness to him, even though he's been in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes people just want that shiny new toy. So that's a possibility. We'll have to wait and see on that. But, again, I think you're only going to be able to pay one of them guys between Steele and Pollard.
You know how I view it, though, Mark? I view it just like this, and people may look at it differently. But I look at Tony Pollard just like I see Deebo Samuel, right? He's getting paid big money. Deebo's getting paid, $22 to $24 million? And I foresee that even Tony Pollard can do just about anything that Deebo can do. You getting that at a discount rate, meaning that if you really look at Tony Pollard, you can sit back and say, he can be a slot wide receiver / running back for you at a discounted rate of what you're getting out of Deebo Samuel. So paying that man 11 APY or whatever it may be is a steal. You can still go into the draft next year and look for your running back if you really want to play that card that way and look at Tony Pollard not as a running back, but look at him as a specialized weapon. The Cowboys can be in front of this curve. But if they let this brother play out this entire year, which I truly believe, y'all, that he's going to look really good, that price is going to be different and there's going to be more money to pay.
Right. No doubt. Again, the Cowboys like to do that. Jerry and Steven particularly, they like to wait it out because they big on that mom and pop thinking, hey, we got the star on your back and you got all this over here. You can be on TV and commercials and all this. Watching, we have to pay you. So I think they got these kids in there now that's not thinking like that. They want their paper.
Yeah, they do.
And then you're going to cut down the trees to get to them. So I guess we got to wait and see how that shake out. And as far as anything else I got for you, man, hey, we just gonna have to. I don't think that you can substitute winning at all for anything. I don't think there's such a thing as a wasted win or a meaningless win.
Right.
When you talk about and we can stay right here with the Cowboys, and I'm gonna let you go. Good. When we talk about the Cowboys since 2000, let's say since the turn of the century, since 2000,
right?
They have been this up and down, a roller coaster type team. We've had 12-win seasons, and then turn around and have 8-win seasons, and have 4-win seasons. Then you surprise somebody and we'll jump up and have another 13-win season. That's too up and down, which really tells you that you really just a mediocre team, whether it's talent or lack thereof, or it's more or less how you organize and how you go about preparing and playing football every day.
Yeah.
But what the Cowboys have done the last 2-3 seasons, that they have been something we haven't seen around here in a long time, and that's consistent.
Right.
We never thought we could. I don't think we ever thought that we could book 10, 11 wins for the Cowboys. Just 4 or 5 years ago, we always had that wait and see mode, wait and see look.
Yeah.
Because we just, as much as people want to crack on Mike McCarthy now, look, we all sat through Jason Garrett. Most of us that call in here, we sat through 10 years of Jason Garrett.
Man, we did.
All right?
Yeah.
We sat through what mediocrity is. And we should be well versed on seeing growth and potential and stability and a higher level. Because that's where we are now. That's why we're complaining about we ought to be winning this. That's why we can complain about one play somebody missed here or somebody didn't do something there. Because we're good enough now and consistently good enough now. Don't matter if anybody get injured. Don't matter if we ain't got this player, if we ain't got that player. we're good enough now to where we can actually see what problems are, and we can go about fixing them because we're stable and we've been consistent for a few years now. Finally.
Man, you spitting the truth, man. You spitting the truth, bro.
That's what a good team is. You got to put yourself in the game, man, before you can come talk about you got a shot at it. If you waiting for something lucky to happen, I know we done watched the Eagles in 5 years go to 2 Super Bowls, but they've been up and down too.
You know what? You know what happened with that? And I'm gonna tie this in with the market, right? With the stock market. Right. You can look at a stock and the new stock that you see, the new currency or the new stock option that you see. It can be volatile, right? You can look at it and say, "Oh man, it's high." You know, I need to invest my money into that, and you can hit. That's what it been with the Cowboys, but we never hit. It was a volatile market with Jason Garrett. You never know what you was going to get, right? And, of course, through Jason Garrett era, when you look at Andy Reid, who is considered a #1 coach in the National Football League, we knew. I'm going to say this as a Cowboys fan. We knew that we had to bring our A game to play against those Eagles. They were going to be in the playoffs. They had everything that was in front of them. Although they didn't have success with Andy Reid, but they were consistent, right? And then when he went to another team, we saw him blossom. Now the same thing could be said about the Dallas Cowboys to a degree of the volatile situation. It was when we hit in 14, we hit in 07, we hit. Oh, in 16 we hit. But Jason Garrett couldn't take that team to that level. Now, the Eagles, when they got rid of this dude by the name of Andy Reid, they went and got a guy, Chip Kelly. I don't think he had multiple losing seasons there, but he was just idiotic. He crashed and burned what that dude done built, and they went and got Doug Peterson, right, who was volatile. And they end up winning the Super Bowl. They peaked, and they won that Super Bowl by chance. And I'm not saying that they didn't deserve to win that Super Bowl, but they hit. Everything fell for them in the right places in that particular game in the Super Bowl. Brandon Cook got knocked out, right? He couldn't get back on the field. And they hit him with the Philly special and all of that other stuff. But the next season, they thought that they were this team that was ascending, but they were not. They were still that team that was doing this number. And that's the differences of Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl and losing one, and being a franchise that's been mediocre, like you just said, versus a franchise and an organization that's been successful. Now, the Cowboys, what we're seeing now, that a lot of people are waiting for that dip with the Cowboys. They are waiting for that because that's what they used to. They waiting for that 6-10, that 6-11 season, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? They waiting for that fall from grace. But Mike McCarthy is that actual good coach that's able to keep things steady. I hope I can reach out to some people with that, with that analogy there.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing with me. A steady hand can navigate some choppy water.
Yeah.
And we watch that, and that's as good a way as any to get you where you say you want to go, and that's to a Super Bowl. You can get lucky, and a lot of times we want as fans because we like you said many times, we so starved for championship success here.
Right.
We don't care how we get it fed to us.
Right. We don't care.
We want it quick, fast, microwave. We'll take it on a bun. We'll take it however you give it to us because we ain't had it in a minute.
Yeah.
But it's a certain thing about being ready. To me, it's a certain thing about being there and being right there. Because Landry's Cowboys right before he left in the 80s. Right. Randy White, all those boys, they couldn't get over the hump.
They couldn't get over it.
3 AFC championship games, couldn't get over the hump. But they were right there. And I don't think as much as people want to could say, hey, look, those teams didn't play well or they didn't get it done, you wouldn't trade those teams for anything that they had with Jason Garrett or anything like that because Jason Garrett teams didn't get anywhere.
Right.
So it's all a matter of what you consider to be successful. And that's why people hate on the Cowboys. Because for a long time, the Cowboys were the standard bearer as far as winning and as far as getting eyes on the product, the football product and things like that. You either love the Cowboys or you hate them.
Right. And that's still true right now, though,
Yeah. There ain't no middle ground with that. Yeah, you can love them or you hate them. And so you're going to watch them and you're going to talk about them, and the stuff going to be said about them, and nobody contributes to that more than this fan base does. It ain't more hot and cold people in the fan base than anywhere else.
Right.
You got some Cowboys fans here hate the team. You got some of them love the team. You got some of them don't know which way is up. But, hey, we talking about the Cowboys, and that's what it is to me. And that's fine with me as far as the media goes.
But you know that though, Mark, you drive trucks, man, and you know that fix a flat is only for a temporary situation, and it do more damage than anything, right? So you know that.
That'll mess the thing up. That's supposed to get you to a mechanic where you can get the tire replaced.
Right.
You're supposed to do that and then drive around a week on it, then the whole tire get ate up, and that's stupid. You don't do something like that.
And what was Jason Garrett?
Yeah, you got to fix the flat.
All right. And what was Kellen Moore?
Kellen Moore was a hired help. He was top hand.
His hired help. You know what he was? You know when you got fix a flat with Jason Garrett, right? And we rode that for like 9.5 years. And you had with my guy Kellen Moore, he was the spare tire. And the spare tire it says on it specifically, not over 50 miles per hour or not more than 50 miles, right? And we done took that spare tire on 180 miles and beyond, right? And wondering why things don't roll right. You know what I'm saying? Wondering why we got to always put more air in it. Wondering why other parts are not working together. Because the Cowboys took $1 billion franchise, right? And they are putting fix-a-flat in tires and rolling down the street with doggone spare tires, right? And expecting results, man, of winning. Come on, man. I can't make this stuff up, man. That's just what we do.
You wouldn't say somebody with Jerry money be cheap as he is. But that kind of one of the ways you can get that kind of money is you don't spend it on it. Well, you spend it on yachts and stuff, but you don't spend it on a damn football team that made it for you in the first place. But that's something else there.
Yes, indeed, man. There's no salary cap as it relates to coaching. There's none.
No salary cap in that. There's no salary cap as it relates to creating the infrastructure. That's why the Cowboys have been able to in spite of that up and downness with Jason Garrett, that's why they were able to at least get players. They had good facilities here. They had top-notch personnel behind the scenes. Since Will McClay took over, this has been a really well-run, well-put-together football team. I know people give, particularly the national media, they give Jerry Jones credit, call him. Jerry Jones don't know one player from another.
Yo.
Jerry Jones ain't picking nobody. If he would pick a player, this team would be full of Johnny Manziels and Patrick Lynch. Jerry Jones ain't picking no players. That's Will McClay doing that. We know that. But again, it's kind of like you say, hey, we got a good machine here put together. But you cheap when it comes to the maintenance of it. You got stuff in place. You got a great background organization, scouting. You got this health center here. You got all these facilities. You got this in the stream, the revenue that you can tap into to do other things to supplement the team. And then you want to run around here and get high school Pop Warner coaches.
Yes, indeed, man.
And then you wonder why the team don't go nowhere and don't do nothing. So that's
Yes, indeed, man.
We got to get, I think as fans, we got to wipe our eyes and really take a look at what's going on and try to temper some of that. We want to win back and see that we're getting towards winning and winning consistently. The way good teams are always there, whether they win or not.
Man, you preaching, man.
Didn't get to every Super Bowl, but he was always in the mix.
He was always, and that's what we loved about Tom Landry, man. But let me let my guy $100,000 back in, man. I appreciate you, man.
Okay, man. Hey, thanks for taking my call. Keep going, man. Keep going.
No doubt, bro. Salute. That's my guy, Mark, man, that drive trucks.
The conference has been unlocked.
All right, $100,000. I saw you trying to get back in. I know I probably lost connection with you. Yeah, Toyota Dak. Ace, man, you crazy, man. Hey, but that Toyota, you can get some miles off of that Toyota, man. You know what I'm saying? Or Toyota, Y'all talk about me when I say Toyota. But I would say this, though, and you get me what you pretty much put in. You pretty much, hey, 100, call back, man. I unlocked it for you. Let me make sure I did unlock it, though. Yeah, I unlocked it. All right, so I had some improvements done to my house, right? I had some plumbing stuff about 2 years ago. And what I did was the guy said, man, sometimes you get these new construction homes. It's all about building it up quick. It's all about putting things up together real fast so they can move on and sell off to the next person builder, So I had fixtures that was all plastic, right? And he said, man, the upgraded ones cost a little bit more and they're stainless steel because you won't have these type of issues. And at the time, I asked him, I said, will I have these problems reoccurring with the plastic ones? And I'm paraphrasing. I don't have the exact name of it. And he said, yeah. And I said, since I got you right here now, how much will it be to change out all of them in the house? You see what I'm saying? So I would not be in this same situation. And he said X, Y, and Z. And I said, here's a check. Let's change them all out. Let's throw away all of the plastic fixtures, right? I don't want to have leakage and stuff like that. It took me out of my comfort, right? I want to be able to be comfortable knowing that I'm going to have the stainless steel ones throughout the house. So if anything happened, you will be on it. He said, yeah, our company will be on it. So sometimes in life, you got to pay for comfort. You got to pay for comfort. You got to pay for those things. You may not like the bullet up front, but if you want that, you go out there and get that. There are so many people that will sit back and say, you know what, I'm good. If the other one's not leaking, if the other one's okay, then I'm okay with it. I'm not okay with it. And that is what Will McClay, I believe, what he brings to the table. Because this is a mom and pop's business right here, the Dallas Cowboys. And comfort is not cheap, Mr. Amazing. Yeah, you're right with that. It's definitely not cheap. I'll never forget, even staying at some of those apartment complexes back in Mississippi. And you stand outside in the apartment, you got to pay extra to have the covered garage, right? Pay extra. You be hearing certain neighborhoods, people going through those gates, busting out cars that's not in the covered garage. You pay for your comfort. You pay for your privacy, right? Yeah, we got a 3-car garage now, but you guys get what I'm saying. You pay for those things. It's not cheap. And it's not free. I can't expect the doggone plastic fixtures, right, to do the job of the stainless steel fixtures and walk around and say, how about them Cowboys? I cannot expect the tire with the fixer flat to do the same duties and the responsibilities of the tires that don't have it, nor the car that got the spare tire. But as Cowboys fans, collectively, I ain't talking about all of y'all, you guys expect that the car should run the same with the spare. And that is not the way. I'm not picking on the Jones family. I really like them. You know what I'm saying? For what they were able to do for this franchise and beyond. I got a chance in my life to see 3 of them being won, right? But it's still, hey, we go call them out on certain things. The expectations. Ain't that right, my guy? $100,000 for the 201.
Listen, Lord, I wanted to apologize if I offended anybody from yesterday. You know what I mean? I understand people ain't want to talk till I got off the phone. I struck fear in people. I just want to apologize, Lord, if I messed up your show on yesterday.
No doubt. Hold tight. Keep talking. I got to take this call right quick. Hold tight.
But as far as Dak Prescott, as far as the Cowboys, man, we going to make it there, man. We going to make it there, man. As long as we got Mike McCarthy, I'd rather get to the playoffs than be like the Washington Redskins or the Giants and don't make the playoffs at all, man.
No doubt, man. No doubt, man. Well, I'm back now, man. That was the queen of the Peace Corps, man. She was calling me.
Hey, that phone call come first, dog. You got to take that.
Yes, indeed. It ain't like a Zion call. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I thought I seen it all in my life, man. $100,000. I thought I seen it and I heard it all, but I didn't. Man. What sliced the cake for me yesterday was Adam 22. Have you heard of that?
Man, yeah. I heard of that. I said, what? I said, are you kidding me?
Oh, my gosh, man. I said, Adam, man. I said, man, he a better man than me, man. Come on, man. I said, let's slice the cake.
Man than
all of us. Any man that's watching here today, Adam 22 is better than all of us.
Definition.
And he's richer. He's richer, too.
Hey, that don't make it no better, Lord.
That don't make it better, though.
I don't care you're married or not. That divorce papers would have been in, dog. They would have been a wrap. I'm sorry. He should have got one of Zion girls.
Man. I said, man, hey, and then Adam 22. Somebody Googling that. Who's Adam 22? Because not everybody follow that stuff. I said, man, me and my brother, the twin maker, man, we see that boy. We got a whole thread, man. He said, ain't no way, dog.
I can't do it. I can't.
Ain't no way, man.
Ain't that no much love in the world,
man.
And as far as they say, cheaper to keep her,
man,
I'm sorry. Wrote that check.
Oh my gosh, man! You know, I mean, how much money do you need, man? Come on, man.
I'd have wrote that check. Ain't no way. Homeboy just popped up in the video like, let's go, baby.
Yeah, his voice. Somebody they Googling Adam 22, but in short, his wife coming home from work just like this. I don't know if you can see my screen, but hey, Adam 22, his wife coming out. He said, "Baby, how was work?" Hey, baby, it's all right.
I'm tired. I'm worn out.
I'm worn out. Oh my gosh, man. No, I said Adam, man.
I had a long day.
I said, man, ain't no more. Hey, man, he's King Simp now, man. He's the king of all simp.
Yeah,
man.
he's the king of all simp. Give him the crown. He's the king, dog.
Crown him.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Adam, you all right, man? Hey. Adam now is saying to his lady after he done went in there, he said, now all I want to say is, at the end of the day, what was that thing that Shay Sharp told on Skip Bayless? At the end of the day, when you lay your head down, I want to know, did you know that I gave you the best that I had?
You wrong, girl. You wrong for that.
Oh my gosh, man! Let me hit him again.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Man, I'm gonna find that clip, man. Oh my gosh, man! Adam 22, man. I said, come on, man. Hey, man, you supposed to be for the brothers, man. Come on, man.
For the regular kids,
man, for the man, man, for the man, man, for the manosphere, man. Come on, man. What's going on? Yeah.
Boy.
Oh my God. Then my brother sent me the post like interview clip that he had. He was talking to some people. That bro hurt, man.
Oh, you gotta put that on Instagram.
Man, he hurt, man.
You gotta put that on the gram, Lord.
I'm gonna put that on, you know, on the gram. But yeah, man, I appreciate you so much, man.
No doubt, my brother, no doubt.
Man, I know I can have a good time. What Cowboy stuff you got for the day, man? I forgot.
I just spoke about it.
Okay, that was it. Okay.
I'd rather have Mike McCarthy and have more shots at the playoffs than to be like Washington or the Giants and don't make the playoffs at all. Come on, could you imagine going 5 years and don't make the playoffs and Cowboys win? Come on, man.
Yeah, you're right. Well, you're right, man. But we going all the way this year, man. I can't wait to see you, man. When we get Super Bowl flow going, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for calling in.
Appreciate you
grand.
too, my guy.
No doubt, man. I just kept it open for him, man. I got to get on up out of here, man. But in closing, man, you guys flying above the rest, man. Call in tomorrow, man. Call in tomorrow, boy, man. We was out of control with that, man. But in the words of Uncle Shay, who got his name from the Cowboys community, because that's what they started calling him when he walked out of there when the Denver Broncos beat the Cowboys. That's how he said he started to say those things, you know what I'm saying? But this is Adam 22. This is him.
Is when you lay your head on that pillow at night. You know, I gave you everything I had. I gave you everything I had. All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night. You know, I gave you everything I had. I gave you everything I had.
Law ain't no good, man. I'm no good, y'all. I promise you, man. I'm no good, dog. I'm no good, man. Mr. Amazing said, man, I'm wrong, man. I appreciate y'all so much, man. Let me play that clip one more time, man. Let me play that. Let me go back to this. I'm going to copy this one. And all I can think of, man, is when he get back to his wife, he think that everything is good. He sounded like this. I'm no good. Y'all love me. Y'all still love me. Oh my gosh, man.
Is when you lay your head on that pillow at night. You know, I gave you everything I had.
It ain't good enough now, man. All right, man, let me get on out of here, man. I appreciate y'all, man. But even with the hard work and dedication and determination, if he put forth his best, maybe, just maybe, things could work out good for him. It can work out good for him. There's two ways down this street. Law, that dog, what it do? Man down, man, you ain't lying. Man, no fears, man. Oh my gosh, man. It's crazy. But what are you willing to sacrifice?
Sacrifice.
So that someone else can have a good time, to live out their dreams, to live out their hopes, their aspirations. What are you inspiring them to do? What are you allowing them to do in order for them to have the great time and not the good time? And how can you get back to being that staple piece? Well, hopefully, you begin to start planning. You begin to start understanding that in life there are some
sacrifice.
There are some sacrifices. But if you work hard to get to where you're going, and if you never give up on your dream, and if you understand that water do not sink the boat, it don't. Water inside the boat sinks the boat. So make sure that anybody that's on your team that say that they rolling with you, that they are not drilling holes in your boat, that they are not trying to ram your ship into the walls, that they are not sinking the ship that you are in. Write that down. Water surrounding the boat do not sink the boat. but water inside the boat does. So if you can't control the things that are around you and stand on top of it and don't allow the water to enter you, then you, my friend, will sink. I come here to tell you right now, for those that's listening, how bad do you want it? How bad do you understand it? And if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty, you will get it, Cowboy Nation. Just don't allow the water to get inside the boat. Don't allow the people to drill holes in your boat. And don't allow people to steer you onto the walls. No. Keep your head high. Keep your mind focused. Understanding that right now, the things that you're going through, others has already accomplished. And understand when I say going through, I'm not saying you're waiting. You're moving. The moment you stop, that's the moment you drop. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, mount up. You're listening to nothing but the best.
Damn. Damn.
Let's go.
Give me my theme music.
Appreciate y'all. Shout out to you, Smoke One for ya. Shout out to all, man, that's helping me get out to Oxnard and beyond. Appreciate you, Mama. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. One way or another. Shout out to you. Appreciate you, Matt. Thank you, lady. Ramon. LT. Appreciate you. Ace. Ventura. I see you, baby. Shout out to you, Ace. Brittany, Sadiq, Smoke One for you. Lisa. Hey.
Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play.
Charge it to the game.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revel now.
Come on.
I'm with J, yeah, I'm
y'all
with
be safe.
Still the same, now switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me.
Hey.
I mix Nike with designer, I experiment.
Come on.
You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm
not feeling that. Nah, man, we ain't feeling that.
There's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make a deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
We answered, I talk stuff, I thought we had it, but it goes to show you who's the better team, and I'm sticking Cowboys.
You crying? They still cry.
You're crying. I love my Eagles.
He love them.
Clap the hat one more
Just
time,
one
please.
time, man.
Let's go Birds, fly, Eagles fly, still Super Bowl champions.
Look at Pat Mahomes with one leg.
Let's go, man!
Let's go.
Let me get on up out of here. Philadelphia Eagles, Adams, 22. Oh my goodness, man. What my music at? Come on. Oh, I see why. Come on. Hey. Ho. Let's go. Mama said there'll be days just like this. But y'all rock to the beat as we get on up out of here. Where my street light at? Here we go. Bam.
Take a drag of my cigarette. Breathe me out. Breathe you in. Yeah. Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you.
And you.
For you. Ooh. Don't let the street lights
hit you.
All alone.
Don't let the street lights hit you, girl.
You know it's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
To go alone.
Come on.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your player too? I'll follow. Wherever you go, whatever you do, player too.
Yo.
7 years of a perfect love. 7 more and another one. And another one. Fighting you was the one to love. 7 wonders all in one. All in one. Don't let the street lights hit you all alone.
The name of the song is Revel Day. Paper Crane.
Don't let the street lights
hit you.
Can I be your player too?
I'll follow. Ace. Click this link right here, and that's how you can get the song. Just chat in the description box and help the nation out too. Until next time, Cowboy Nation, DC for life. And if I offended anyone, please, please, charge it to the head, not the heart.
Come on now. Come on.
If a baby grain can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Y'all know I got nothing but love for y'all, and I'm definitely
I ain't
mad at you, y'all.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet.
Get your damn act together.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we